Start by doing is just basically treat you, and I'm going to be calling on you through this process like you just walked in as new guests. So the first thing that I did, and afterwards I'm going to ask you some things that you learned from the way that I'm going to do this, and some things that I didn't do that I should have done. Okay, so you got to be aware because there's a test, not a hard one. So, welcome to Dream Dinners. Have you ever been to Dream Dinners before?
Yes.
Yes, you have. Okay, how long have you been coming?
For 3 years now.
Oh, that's fantastic. And what do you like best about Dream Dinners?
Working for Dream Dinners?
Well, no, you're all going to be customers. You can be brand new customers, you can be whatever. But what do you like best about getting Dream Dinners and making Dream Dinners? Okay, that's fine. Then I'll move on. So, how long have you been coming to Dream Dinners?
I'm brand new.
You're brand new. Welcome to Dream Dinners. So, what made you try us for the first time? What made you come to the store?
Heard from a friend.
Heard from a friend. Oh, what is your biggest challenge in getting dinner on the table?
Meal planning.
Meal planning. I know, that's mine too. I hate to think about it. I worry about it a couple times a day. So how nice would it be to not have to worry about that anymore? Very nice, huh? Well, I can't wait to show you Dream Dinners because we're going to have such a gift for you. Because not only do you get to make 3 meals for just $35 tonight, but I have another great gift where you could get an introductory offer for $85. Or some stores do. If you sign up, I'm going to give you a $25 gift card. So I have 2 gifts for you tonight. But the biggest thing is I'm going to show you how to make your life so much easier. So welcome to Dream Dinners. So, how long have you been coming to Dream Dinners?
Almost a year now.
A year now. Wow. And what difference has it made in your life?
Huge difference.
Huge
I have so
difference.
much more time. And
Yeah.
I can actually kind of pawn it off to someone else because it's so easy.
Yeah.
So even the hubby can do it. So there's no excuses.
Isn't it wonderful?
And it's
Isn't it
fun to do
amazing?
it together.
So you're all brand new to a taste, and you just came in, and I just want to tell you a little bit about Dream Dinners. We are the founder of the meal assembly business. Now you've all heard of Blue Apron and HelloFresh, right? Okay, well we founded this idea 15 years ago. Our menu is much better because it's been around for 15 years. We've tested it, we've improved it. But the nicest thing is there's 3 benefits above those. And this is Letitia's line. We're half the work, we're half the cost, and we don't have all the shipping stuff that you have to throw away. Those are the 3 things that bother people most about this location. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited because now you've tried, if you've heard of HelloFresh or Blue Apron, I can't wait for you to try us. Because we do all the prep for you, we do all the shopping, we do all the cleanup. You know, basically, when you come to Dream Dinners, you go home and make a homemade meal, we do all the work, and you get all the credit. Isn't that wonderful? I mean, wow, to get home in 20 minutes, have a homemade dinner on the table. So tonight, I get to show you how to do all of this. And you're going to see how to not only make the meals and put them together, but to adjust them to your family's taste. And then once you go home, we're actually going to show you how to best use them so that you have this built into your lifestyle, that it's going to change a habit for you. So I'm going to have you all just, I'd like to find out, first I go around and just say, how many people do you cook for? If this is your very first time to Dream Dinners, how many people do you cook for in your family? One. Just you. That's great, because I have a lot of people that come to the store that it's just themselves, and they tend to eat worse because they don't do all that cooking for a healthy meal for themselves, right? Yeah, so I want to change that for you. I want to help you with that. So basically, if you come to Dream Dinners, maybe you come and you come every other month or every 6 weeks, but you do 2 meals a week. You have one for dinner, you have one for lunch the next day, and the third serving you can refreeze and have a week later. But basically, our goal is to make it as easy for you to have a homemade meal without all the waste as anybody with a family of 10. So, how long have you been coming to Dream Dinners? This is your first time. How many people do you cook for?
5.
5 people. Oh my gosh! And you have to do all the grocery shopping. I can't imagine how much you spend. So, what is your biggest challenge in getting dinner on the table?
For me, it's thinking what I'm going to make.
What you're going to make?
What I'm going to make.
Yeah. So that is one of the biggest challenges. Do you know, I can tell you all that if you come to Dream Dinners, I'll save you 30 hours a month in shopping, and cleanup. I can tell you that you will save over $100 off the grocery bill. You might spend $250 here, but you'd spend $350 if you went to the grocery store and bought groceries. And I can tell you that you could get healthy dinners. You'll have variety because you all make about 6 to 8 meals a week. But I can tell you that you're going to now have variety. But you know what the number one reason why people love us and have kept coming for 15 years? I have guests that have come for 15 years. Do you know why? The number one reason? Can anybody tell me the number one reason? You've said it. Because I don't want to worry about what's for dinner anymore. I want to come home and not feel guilty. That is the number one reason. Now, don't discount that on top of that, they save money, they save time, and they have variety. Because they're all things, and that we feel guilty. Those are all facts of life. All you're doing is getting them to talk about it. So today we're going to make meals. You're going to make 3 serving meals. I'm going to show you how, and then so now I would have you go off and make your meals, and I'll have all these lovely, like Tisha and Janelle and them, show you how to make the meals. And while you're making the meals, I'm going to say, Marcy, this is your first time to Dream Dinners. You came in to make an introductory offer, and you've never ever been here before. So when you came in, I'm going to ask you welcome to Dream Dinners. Your name is?
Marcy.
Marcy. And how did you hear about us?
A friend told me about it.
Oh, that's the best. You know, 90% of our guests that come here is by word of mouth. Isn't that wonderful? So how many people do you cook for?
4.
4, okay. So you might do our medium or large meals. So you'll have to look at that tonight. And what is your biggest challenge in getting dinner on the table?
It's the convenience of it because we usually have something that we have to do. The kids have practice or something. And so it's trying to get that in that very short amount of time before we have to pick up and leave to go.
And do you know that some nights you won't even have time to sit down at the table? So I even give you my tip. I'll make the meal earlier in the day. And then they'll heat it up as they're running through the house, heading for soccer or choir practice or whatever. But at least you're feeding them something besides a hamburger. So that's great. I'm so glad you're going to try us because you're going to be so excited. So Marcy, I'm going to have somebody show you how to make the meal. And then I'm going to touch base after your first 2 meals. Okay, now she's made 2 meals. What do you think? Do you think this is going to be easier in getting dinner on the table?
I made 3 meals in less than 15 minutes.
Okay, that's wonderful. I just want to tell you, if you even think this is going to change your life, like I know it's going to, I suggest you start thinking about making a reservation for next month. A reservation, you just put $20 down or 25% down, and you play points, you get rewards, you get whatever your store is. Some people give cookies that day, some people give a free meal, some people give you $10 in free food next month. So not only do you only have to put a deposit down, you get a free reward for it, but you've got it on your calendar, so you don't have to worry about it next month. But the nice thing, Marcy, is because I know everybody wants to take it home and try it. And you want to try it. You want to see if your family likes it before you spend another $250, right? That's why we only ask for a $20 refundable deposit. It's like making a reservation. 5 days before you come in next month, we're going to send you an email. And if at that point it hasn't worked out, you can cancel and get your $20 back. So what do you have to lose? You also can change it and change the date because it's hard to plan that far in advance. So start thinking about that as you're making the meals. So now she's off, she's making her meals. She's finishing her 4th meal. What is the number one reason why people stop coming to Dream Dinners? Does anybody know?
Too much food.
Too much food. Who said that? You must know your business. Why do they have too much food?
Because they haven't learned.
They're not using it on a regular basis. 90% of them don't know. They come in and they say, so any guest that comes in on their second time, this is your second time. Shelley, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, how was the food?
It's really good. I've been traveling a lot, so I'm not using them as much.
Oh, good. Okay, well, that's great. You know what? I'm going to give you some tricks because when you travel, when you get home, you need them the most. So I've got tips and tricks for you that I'm going to give you so that you can use your meals, not only for your family while you're traveling, but when you get home, that the first 3 nights you get home, you could do a quick defrost and these methods, and then just start pulling them out every week. How much do you travel? How many weeks a month do you travel?
Probably 2 every other month.
2 2 every other month. So that still leaves like 6 weeks you need food, right? So just think about that as you're preparing, especially once you get back from that trip. So you can see. So Marcy, oh my gosh, isn't this fun? You got 4 meals done, and you've got like in half an hour. You're amazing. How long would that take you at home? Oh yeah, so just buy groceries. Yeah, I mean you go to Costco, you spend $250, you don't have 10 dinners. Here you spend it, you got this. So I want to make sure you know how to use our meals when you get home. So this is a handy dandy tool that I'm going to give you. I'm going to put it on your shelf. And this says when you get home. So you're making 6 meals today. So basically, about how many meals do you want to have dinner done in a week? I mean, given you do the whole week. Every night. Truly. That's what everybody says. Every night.
Well, we have 3 nights of practice.
Okay, let's go for 3 or 4 nights a week. Let's say 4 nights. So when you get home, what I want you to do is I want you to put 4 of your 6 meals in the fridge for this coming week. That leaves 2 for next week. So start thinking about when you want to come back. Did I say, do you want to come back? No. When you come back. So this week, when you get home, you're going to put what you want for this week in the fridge. So today's Tuesday, you might put 3 in the fridge and then 3 again next Sunday. If you need a reminder, we have this great text reminder saying take out your meals on Sunday. So you could just call this number and text. And the last is, oh my gosh, how many times do we all get home? Janelle, where's Janelle? How do you make your meals? So when you get home at night, do you have your meals defrosted? So this is the best tip. We all get home at night, and this is what happens to our guests. They forget to defrost them, and they get home at night, and they don't have free dinner, so they go and get McDonald's, right? Instead, this last tip says, throw it in cold water sink, change the cold water every 15 minutes, an hour it's defrosted, and in another 20 minutes you have dinner done. Wow, you could get home at 5 and still have a healthy dinner at 6:30. So this is really important piece. So make sure you put it on your fridge so that you know how to use this. We give this to every single new guest in our store. And any single guest that says, oh, I still have meals left over from last month, we whip this out. You have this. So now I'm done, and then now you're done. Oh my goodness, Marcy, isn't this great? Well, come on over here because I've got some food for you, and I've got some, and I'm going to sit down and go over what I was talking about. So one of the things I do, I always suggest this, because this is where the customers are confused, right? Like you just told me all this stuff,
Right.
and I'm kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Write down on the menu what you're offering her. You must write down, okay, you get $20 refundable deposit. Okay, you're gonna put just $20 down today. You get, if you sign up and you get a plate point, you get $10 in free food next month. We give a free meal the first time and wait another week, 1 month before we start the plate points. Whatever works, $10 of free food. And you have it on your schedule that you can change. Well, I don't know when I'm gonna need the meals. Well, let's see, you made 2, so look at, you have enough to make 2 weeks. But I sit down and talk to you. So now I'm going to go through the menu with you and just share. And what I'd like you to do is just start marking which ones look good. Because I don't want to overwhelm her with, okay, pick out 13. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to have you start marking which ones look good. And every single associate wants to have at least 3 meals that they always refer. So you never hand somebody a menu and say, oh, why don't you start picking out next month? You say, oh, here's next month. These are my 3 favorites. So you mark on their paper, even if it's a regular desk. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to share with you which one, and you can start marking. Now, what you want to do, so about how many, you said maybe 3 or 4 nights a week. So you want like 12 to 16 meals a month. And right then they go, okay, what's the minimum? Well, you know, there is a minimum, but we really, our goal is to get as much as you need. The minimum is 12, but if you think you can use this 4 nights a week, I would go to 16 meals. If you don't, you could always extend a week before you come back. If you just end up using 3 a week. So now you've written down on this, and so go ahead and start marking. Now you said you had 4 in your family, so you might want to do, after looking at it today, you might want to do some mediums and some larges. And go ahead. How much does it cost? Oh my gosh, do you know that it's only $6.50 a serving at Dream Dinners? Okay, a serving at Dream Dinners. Do you know that I still have the news clip, that you cannot buy groceries and serve a dinner like this for less than $8 a serving?
Right.
This is so cost effective that we beat Costco, because Costco, you save money, but 30% of what you buy at Costco goes to waste.
Yeah.
It goes to waste, so what are you saving? We've all fooled ourselves by going to Costco, and we're throwing 30% of it away. So, oh my gosh, so $6.50, if you think about it, you can't get there's a hamburger at Carl's Jr., so you pay $6 just for the hamburger.
Right.
You can't go out and get a drink for under $2. And we're doing $6.50 a serving, and that is pork chops with a vegetable. So you have to know that you cannot, the made for you services, the HelloFresh and Blue Apron, they're all $9 to $10 per serving. We're $6.50. Oh my gosh, who wouldn't come to Dream Dinners? Why wouldn't you do Dream Dinners? Because you could instead go spend more, work harder, and have a bigger mess, or feel guilty because you did McDonald's or pizza again. Really, think about it. So I am so excited you're going to sign up. I know you're going to love it, and we'll give you a call in a week just to follow up to see how everything's going. If you have any questions, feel free to just call us or call me. And even though I know I'm not going to be there next month, I look forward to seeing you next month, Marcy. And I know your name because I just said it 3 times. Okay? So, what did you learn? Marcy, you got to write up here.
Yeah, I was wondering where the
Okay, Anne's still right. Okay. What did you learn? What was something that I did that you learned?
You reflected or deflected, sorry, instead of saying how much the actual price was, you just gave price per serving, which is brilliant. in my opinion.
Good, price per serving,
Yeah.
$6.50.
Overcame sales objections in the sales process.
Yes.
That was
So
really-
before they could say at the very end,
Yeah.
before they could say, I want to go home and try it, I already hit that one.
Yeah, you did, that was.
Bam!
the penny
Can't
dropped.
say that because they're all thinking it, so you might as well, it's the elephant in the room, you might as well just throw out there. Okay, what else did I do?
You talked to them about the quick defrost methods.
I trained them how to use us. Oh my gosh, that is a huge one. So what I want you to learn is not one thing that you do to make it happen, it is multiple things that you do and the consistency that you do them. So what else did you learn? Letitia, what did you learn?
When you saying their names 3 times and creating a personal, getting to know them so you can better see how to utilize GPRs.
Right, it's personal.
Yeah.
It's personal. If you don't know their name, look at their sheet or ask them their last name or look at the door when they go. So when I met Marcy, I forgot her name already. So now I watch when she goes to the door and I see her name on the door, I go, Marcy, how'd you like that? I have to tell you this one gal, she was in the store and she was new or she hadn't been there for a year and a half and I didn't know her name and I saw on the door it was Gabby. I said her name 3 times. The next day I saw her at a school function and I was like, Gabby, how you doing? She goes, I cannot believe you remember my name. And I'm like, 2 days from now, I won't know even your face. But I know your name still. I mean, let's be honest.
That's very true.
So, what else? Names. What did I do different that you currently don't do that you think, oh, this will be a good thing to do?
You didn't go into the servings. There's 36 servings.
Yep, I skipped over that. I didn't overwhelm them. Okay, was there something new?
I like when you wrote the highlights on the shelf.
Oh my gosh, that is so important. It really makes a difference. And when I see people not do that, I just cringe. Because you have to write it down for them. Even if it's 36 servings or 12 meals plus 1 free, you need to write that on their sheet if it's their first and second time, because they are overwhelmed. Okay, so that was good.
For me, it was fascinating how you sold, how you talked to the people, because not everybody can do it. And you did it for me in an amazing, cheerful, good way. And like I said, not everyone can do that. You
Okay.
are amazing.
No, but I
Valerie
believe,
is amazing.
but I truly believe So
Morgan,
you.
this has never met Valerie before, we're all used to it.
But if you pick up 5 things, 5 practices from me today, you can't do all of them, but if you pick up 5 of them, I will tell you, if you do one thing, every single time, and I said this earlier, a customer says, no, I'm not gonna sign up. Every single time, if I could get every single person in this company to turn around and say, oh no, you're gonna lose your rewards? Why don't you look at the menu? Let me show you the menu and show you the favorites. They're gonna go, what rewards? Your double rewards? Oh no, you're gonna miss out on your double rewards. Let's look at the menu. That would be one thing. The other thing was never, ever, ever. Did I ask anybody if they wanted to sign up for next month? Did I say, do you want to sign up next month?
I just assume they are.
Right, that's what you should do.
Right.
Do you ever say, do you want to look at the menu?
I need it.
We all do it
Look at the
occasionally.
menu.
We all do it.
Patty
If you
says
could
it's like
just-
leaving $10 on the table. You
I
can
say
leave
it's like
$10.
leaving.
Actually,
It's
I'm
like
gonna
leaving
tell you
$10
guys a
on the
secret.
table for me,
I want you guys to understand this. When a customer comes into the store for the first time, right? She comes to the store for the first time. How much money do you think she's worth? I'm just in total dollars, just in sales
Per year,
per year.
200 and something times 12.
1,000. So every single guest you get to sign up over the course of the next year is worth $1,000 because she will come 4.2 times national average, and the average sale per customer is $220. So if you can do the math, every single customer, if they don't sign up, you're not losing a $230 sale, you're losing $1,000. So what else did you learn? Let's keep going. Marcy, you covered. What did you learn?
I like the sheet that you did about the quick
Defrost.
and everything.
Yep.
Because I think that's a great tool to give those people that say, I have too much food and I don't, because I try to explain it to them, but I think if they have that and they can.
We ask him, do you have a fob in? And then we
We
go
do the
through
fob
the
in.
spiel with the fob
And so
in.
we just have these I drive Shelley nuts to get these laminated, and all they are is they're cards that we cut apart and laminate and put a magnet on the back. But even if you just have a little cheat sheet this big to give it to them, they need something to take home. Okay, what else? What did you learn, Patty?
I like writing down all the advantages to signing up.
Yep,
Yeah.
okay, the
What
writing.
requirements are.
Yeah.
Anybody, Taylor? You did it. Did you learn anything?
Yeah, you mentioned Costco, because I feel like anytime I hear anything from anybody, I'm like, I like Costco, whatever,
Yep.
but Costco's a battle to fight, and then I didn't realize what the cost per serving was for Blue Apron. I mean, I know about Blue Apron,
Yeah.
but I don't use it. So that piece, that way it's easy, because those are the two that I think I hear, I've heard the most.
Okay. So what'd you learn? Same?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
I liked how you started out telling them how it was gonna help them. Through, it was gonna save them time, that's a lot of hours.
Yep.
You said 30 hours.
Yeah, 30 hours.
Save money and.
Yep. Janelle?
For the second or third guest, how you immediately ask them, how were the meals? And then you can,
Did
after
you-
their first meal, now you know what they're trying to overcome. So at the first meal, then you can walk in and do one of the touches, like, now you know where you need to touch. If they used all their meals, great, then you can go right on to the next menu. If they didn't or there's some hesitation, then while they're making their meals, you know what to talk to them about.
So what I want you guys to do is write these things down. So if you don't, really, or take a picture of it. That's your best thing. Take a picture of it and keep it in your pocket, because I will tell you that a million times we'll teach you these things, but they don't stick. And so I'm going to talk about that next. But I also want to say, okay, what motivates you to get that in-store sign-up? Why do you want to get that in-store sign-up? So I will give you an example. For a struggling store, as a store owner, that in-store sign-up makes a difference of whether I survive and keep the store open. Is the number one thing you can do to affect sales in your store. The number one thing.
Wait, say that again.
It's the survival of your store.
What,
So if I'm a struggling
Sign-ups.
store,
Oh.
in-store sign-ups.
Yeah.
If you do not run at 70%, you are losing customers. You're losing a third of your customers every single month. So in-store signups, if you can do anything. So as a store owner, my motivation is I need so many signups to pay my bills. Because I have $40,000, I mean, it costs a lot of money to run the Dream Dinners, and we're lucky if we clear 10%. But if we don't have those signups, we're barely breaking even. So when you add up payroll, food costs, franchise fees, rent, and all of that, you think, oh wow, we're doing great. It's 10% if it's a good month. So that's my motivation. Now, I would love to say I wake up every morning and I want to change 100 people's lives, right? That's what we're all taught, right? We want to change people's lives. We do. We really do. And I believe in that. But what is your personal motivation? Why do you want to do it? Do you want to do it for your store manager? Do you want to do it for the success of your store and to see it succeed? Do you want to do it so you get more hours? Because whoever's the best salesperson is going to get the more hours and gets paid the most. Do you do it for them? Why? What motivates you to change? Because I can do all of this today, and you could go home and you go, okay, I got all of these, and I'm so excited, I got this whole spiel, and then I'll come to your store, and you'll do it for about 4 or 5 days, and 2 weeks from now, guess what you'll be doing? Oh, you don't want to sign up? Okay, well, take them in your home with you. I mean, you'll go back to your old practices. So there's 5 different ways of change, and so we're gonna do like group talk later, but I want you to think about this, is when people would change, we want to change. We wouldn't have this here today if all 3 stores didn't want to improve their in-store signups. We are not doing this just as best practices. We all have a goal that we want to raise our in-store signups. So that's why we're paying you all to come here today and to train. And so we have that desire to change. So what are we going to do in our store to change? What are you going to do to change? So there's 5 levels to change. One is I'm not interested. So some of you will sit here today and go, you know what, I'm not really motivated to do all that, so I'm not really going to change my behavior. And those are the people you don't want to spend a lot of time with, and you hope do not stay with Dream Dinners long. Because if you do it the same for 3 years, that you've done it for 3 years, or you've been with the company for 8 years, and you've done it the same, and your store is not growing, then it's decreasing. So you have to make a change, or they have to find somebody else to do it. They have to find somebody that can sell, because our survival is in-store signups and booking tastes. So not interested. Then it's like, maybe I do need to change. Maybe I can change. Maybe I can say, I can't do Valerie, but maybe I can do some of these things. Okay? That's a good step. The third step, and I want you to think about what step you're in, is I'm ready to change. I want to change. I'm going to change. I'm ready for this. The fourth is, what am I going to do differently starting tomorrow to make that change happen? How am I going to implement the change? And the last and most important is, who is going to measure me to make sure I make the change? So if Janelle commits to me tonight, I'm going to change, and I'm going to do 5 of these things with every single guest. And every time somebody says I'm not going to sign up, I'm going to say, oh my gosh, you're going to lose out on your double play points? Let me show you the menu. If she just made that commitment, and then 3 weeks from now she's in the store and somebody says, I don't want to sign up, and she says, okay, who's going to hold her accountable? Like, you made this commitment to change. What are you going to do in the store to make sure that these things happen? What can you do as a team to make this happen? Because we want to change what we're doing. We want to raise our in-store signups so that our businesses can be stronger in this competitive environment that we're in. So what can we do to make the change happen? And so those are some of the things that we're going to go through and talk about at the end. But I just wanted to go through the sales process, what motivates you, how much that customer is worth, not just that day, but for your business and the success of your business. And each one of you, not one of these stores could do this by themselves. It is a very complex business. So everybody has to be not a Valerie, but maybe a half or a 2/3 of Valerie. Can you do that? Do you think that you can make change today? Do you think that you will go back to your store and do something different?
Yes.
And for how long? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything, so that's the reason for all of this. Now, we're gonna go through and we're also gonna talk about time management and you know, the things that get in way and the obstacles of this. And then we're gonna talk about the booking taste. We're gonna talk about guest follow-up, and then we're gonna break out and talk about how we can, as teams, overcome some of these so that we make permanent change in our store, and to keep that energy going month after month, in staff meetings and with each other. Okay? So, Anna, you're next. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions?
Sheila, real quick, can you print?
Did I not cover anything that I missed?
Can we clone you and take you with us?
No, but you can do like, I mean, Anna joked and said, I'm gonna pretend like I'm Valerie today. So,
I drink a lot of coffee.
so really, what is it about? It's about confidence
And energy.
and energy
Enthusiasm about it.
Yeah, I think it's
and a passion.
Yep.
I love dream dinners, and I truly believe that everybody that walks in the door, I can make a difference. Now, that's part of my motivation, but part of it is I've had a profitable store because I believe that, and I drill it into everybody. But that is the core, is that if you really believe it, then you can tell the customers it. You can share it, because you know, but you also have to have those words come out. You have to know those words for you personally. Because like Shelley said one time, the touches where we go around and touch, we have a little card with those touches. And so she doesn't remember what to say. She looks at the card and she walks up and she says, okay, I'm going to show you how to make the meals. And no, she doesn't do it that obvious. But she uses that as a reminder right before. So that she remembers what she's going to say. If you write down afterwards, okay, every time somebody says I'm not going to sign up, you're going to say this. Or every single time somebody's new, I'm going to do these 3 touches, then you are going to make a difference. So I don't want you to be me. I want you to find things that you will work for you. And even if you change 3 things, you guys, if each one of you changed 3 things and committed to them instead of all of them, you will make a difference for your total store.
You are full of energy. So we
I'm not always. I can be very cranky. You can ask everybody. There's a whole other side of it.
Okay.
It's not pretty.
So what would you do if you have 2 or 3 grumpy guys here in the store? They don't want, they show you on their face, oh, please don't talk to me. And yeah, it's quiet in here, and they show you very obvious.
So first off, I do want to give you a point. You never talk to a guest when they're in the middle of making a meal.
No, yeah.
So you have to do it when they finish the meal.
Okay.
And you ask them a question.
Okay.
You don't talk to them, you ask them a question. And that's what I do. So how long have you been coming here? That